Money talks.
Here comes the money.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bacon MMA, and we got another edition of 3 Fights 4. This time, we're going to talk about Robert the Reaper Whittaker. Everyone loves Bobby Knuckles. We want Bobby Knuckles to get back on the right path, but lately it hasn't been going too good. He's been on the downslide. For the first time in about 10 years, he's out of the top 5. Right now, he's ranked 8, and these fights, I think, could get Robert Whittaker back on the right track. Could get him back to a title someday. Or it might make the next superstar in MMA. So stay tuned for all the fights. Let's see the 3 fights I want to see Robert Whittaker get into. First up, we got Shara Bullet Magomedov versus Bobby Knuckles. I know I talked about it before in my big man BMF list, but let's really break it down. It's super compelling, and frankly, it's a terrifying fight. I know what people are thinking. You got a top-tier veteran like Robert Whittaker against a guy who's still relatively new to the UFC. But this ain't no ordinary newcomer. Shara Bullet's a walking highlight reel. He's a guy with vicious and unpredictable striking, and he has a penchant for spinning attacks, and he's not afraid to throw bombs from anywhere. For the UFC, this is a beautiful setup. You got an established former champ who's still a massive draw against a rising star who, with a win, would immediately become a problem for the entire division. If Whittaker could use his polished, technically perfect striking, his really, really good blitzing, and his elite defensive skills to solve the Shara Bullet puzzle, that's a big statement for Robert Whittaker. And like I just said, if Shara wins, now he's a contender. He's a main event star. It's a win-win for the UFC, it's a win-win for the fans, and it's a win-win for the middleweight division, and that's why I'm itching to see this fight happen. This fight is probably the least exciting, but I do think it's the most realistic, and that's why I usually try to sandwich fights like this in the middle. But we're talking about Brandon Allen. It's a high-stakes bout, and it has a lot of impact, and it's going to help sort out the divisional rankings. Allen's on a roll right now, just beat up Vettori, he's racking up wins, he's climbing the ladder. He's a complete fighter with a dangerous ground game, and his striking's decent, right? I would even say it's better than decent. He has pretty good striking. And for Allen, a victory over a former champ like Whittaker is going to be a huge setup for him. Right? It might make him, or it might put him in the title conversation. And with the middleweight division being so log jammed, it's going to be right time, right place to get the title shot, right? And for Whittaker, it's a chance to show that he's still a top 5 fighter, that he's a guy that could defeat a young, hungry, up-and-coming guy. And UFC loves doing these kind of matchups because Allen's a guy who's been around for a while, but doesn't have that signature win yet. Whittaker could be that signature win for him. But for Whittaker, this could show that he's still one of the top guys in the middleweight division. So I think this is a fun fight. I think it's a good fight for both parties, and it's a good fight for the UFC. And for our final fight, we're going to go with probably the hottest name in the middleweight division right now. We're going to go with Fluffy Hernandez. He just put a clinic on Roman Dolidze. He bullied him for 4 rounds before getting the submission. It was dominant, suffocating. It showed exactly why Fluffy's going to be a major problem at 185 for a long haul. But the problem with 85 is it's so log-jammed at the top. There's so many guys, right? You got Kaio and Imavov fighting for the number 1 contendership, right? Then you got, Izzy and Strickland. People are talking about that fight might rematch. Drake has just lost the title. The top of the division right now is so jammed up. It's going to be hard for Fluffy at 7 to get that title shot. Whittaker's right behind him at 8. And if Whittaker could stop Fluffy's run right now, people are going to be talking about him getting a title shot, even though he's coming off a couple losses. MMA is the most what have you done for me lately sport. If Whittaker could get a win over Fluffy, that's going to put him right back in the top 5. And if Fluffy could get a win over Whittaker, well, now this guy who has a win over former champ, 10-fight winning streak, 11-fight winning streak. I think it's a good matchup for everybody, and I think it's one the fans are going to like to see. I really want to see it. So give me Bobby Knuckles versus Fluffy all day. Now those are the 3 fights. You could agree with me. You could disagree with me. I'll argue with you if you put it in the comments below. If you think I forgot someone, or if you think I'm completely off base with one of these fights, let me know. Call me an idiot. I don't care. I want to hear it. I want to argue. I want to hear your perspective on things. So I think these are all good fights, right? And not only do I think they're good fights for Robert Whittaker, I think they're good fights for the opponents as well. And the one I put in the middle is the Brandon Allen fight because that's the least exciting. But I feel like it's the most realistic. when I do these 3 fights 4 lists, you're always going to see that. In the middle, I'm going to try to put the most realistic and probably least exciting. But I really see Brandon Allen being that next fight for Robert Whittaker. But hey, I could be wrong. Put it in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.